Oh, it was great. I went to a lot of European countries and visited many beautiful and historical sites.
Where do you think was the best place in Europe?
Maybe Rome. There were a lot of delicate statues and buildings. Also, I learned about the way the Romans shared their great culture throughout the European continent.
Then do you know the saying, all roads lead to Rome?
I think I've heard it, but I can't remember what it exactly means.
Then let me explain. This expression comes from the time Rome ruled Europe for 1,000 years and affected Rome's politics, economy, and culture. But Rome acted differently towards the nations that had colonies. The Romans spread their cultures to those other countries without using first. They did that because they wanted those countries to adapt to their culture naturally. Therefore, Rome was able to retain its power for 1,000 years.
Oh, I got it. So you mean the Romans shared the culture instead of invading other countries?
Exactly.
Oh, then I know another country that increased the strength of the nation in the same way.
Which country is that?
It's Pictet.
Pictet? You mean the one of the countries that existed during the period of the three states?
Yes, you're right.
I know that Pictet was very close to Japan. They even gave the 7 Princes Sword to them as a gift.
You seem to know a lot about it. As you mentioned before, at that time, ancient Korea was split into 3 nations, which are called 고구려, 백제, and 신라. When Pictet started its cultural relationship with Japan, Pictet was the strongest nation among the 3. For that reason, Japan asked them to send some people who are well educated in a variety of fields such as Confucianism, pottery, papermaking, and so on. That was when Dr. Wang In, who was a very wise scholar, was sent to Japan as a cultural missionary.
Dr. Wang In? I think the history side of Dr. Wang In my family. Unfortunately, I can't remember the details of his achievements, except that people thought he was wise because of his title as a doctor. Please tell me more about him.
Okay, he was born around 4th century in Yeongnam, Jeolla province. When he was 8, he entered Munsanje, an educational institution, where he studied Confucianism and later on taught talented local students.
Then, how was Dr. Wang In chosen to go to Japan?
Japan strongly wanted to learn about Pictet's advanced culture, so they sent their diplomats to request some people who can develop Japanese culture. Thus, at the age of 32, Dr. Wang In was sent to Japan with some other doctors by order of the king.
Interesting, tell me more.
He traveled to Japan and brought 10 books of the Annals of Confucius and the 1,000-character text.
Huh? Is that all?
Don't judge a book by its cover. Even though it seems easy and simple, he had a strong influence in Japanese culture.
Can you tell me how he affected them?
Okay, he became a private tutor of Crown Prince of Japan, and guess what? Dr. Wang In was the founder of Asuka culture.
Oh, I see. Now I understand why you said Pictet had a singular history of developing its power as the Roman Empire did.
However, I feel disappointed that this history has not been revealed for so long.
I agree. When I visited the history site of Dr. Wang In, there are more Japanese stories than Korean.
A lot of Japanese people still admire and remember his great achievements. However, some Koreans don't even know who he was. In addition, according to Wikipedia, it says Dr. Wang In is Chinese.
No way! Then what difference do we make in Korea to tell people about him?
Just a few annual festivals that are held in Yeongnam.
We should do more to increase the awareness about this important part of Korea's history.
You can say that again. In the future, I hope more people become interested in learning our history.
I feel happy and proud to have such a great ancestor as Dr. Wang In.
Then, in honor of Dr. Wang In, how about going to the festival held in Yeongnam?
Sounds great!
After crossing the waters of the sea and passing over many fierce waves,
the letters were given to the 8 islands.
thank you, Dr. Wang In, the giver.